Mengumumkan ketibaan yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datin Paduka Siti Sa'diah binti Sheikh Bahir diiringi oleh yang berbahagia Naib Chancellor UTM. Para hadirin dijemput berdiri. Hadirin dijemput duduk. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datin Paduka Siti Sa'diah binti Sheikh Bahir, Pro Chancellor UTM. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Engineer Dr. Wahid Omar, Naib Chancellor UTM. Yang berbahagia Datuk Haji Wan Zawawi bin Wan Abdul Rahman, Pendaftar UTM. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Ahmad Nazri bin Muhammad Ludin, Pengarah UTM Lead. Div-div jemputan, pegawai-pegawai kanan universiti, para profesor, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian. Selamat datang ke siri Syarahan Kepimpinan, Visionary, Strategic and Transformational Leadership. Majlis merakamkan ucapan ribuan terima kasih di atas kebersamaan tetamu jemputan hadir pada petang ini. Hadirin sekalian, bagi memberkati majlis kita pada hari ini, majlis dengan ini menjemput Al-Fadil Ustaz Muhammad Yusof bin Muhammad Rawi untuk memimpin bacaan doa. Dipersilakan.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيده يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك الكريم وعظيم سلطانك اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر Ya Allah, Ya Halim, Ya Wadud, perbaikan agama kami yang mana ia merupakan penjagaan urusan kami, perbaikan dunia kami yang merupakan tempat kehidupan kami, perbaikan akhirat yang merupakan tempat kembalinya kami. Jadikan kehidupan ini merupakan penambahan daripada segala kebaikan dan jadikan kematian merupakan kerihatan daripada segala keburukan. Ya Allah, Ya Halim, Ya Wadud, sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada petang yang mulia ini di dalam majlis siri syarahan kepimpinan yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datin Paduka Siti binti Sheikh Bahir, Pro Chancellor UTM, bagi menyatakan kesyukuran di atas kurniaan-Mu yang tidak ternilai. Jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba-Mu yang sentiasa bersyukur sama ada nikmat yang sedikit, lebih-lebih lagi nikmat yang melimpah ruah kepada kami. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, sesungguhnya Engkau Maha mengetahui bahawa kami di sini ingin menimba ilmu-Mu yang sangat luas bagi mengembangkan potensi kami sebagai hamba-Mu yang Engkau redai. Justru berkati dan rahmatilah perhimpunan kami ini. Kurniakanlah kepada kami ilmu-Mu, sinarilah hati-hati kami dengan cahaya dan hidayah-Mu. Semoga dengannya kami mudah menerima dan menghayati serta mengamalkannya. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Allahumma ij'al jam'ana haza jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma. Ya Allah, jadikanlah perhimpunan kami ini sebagai satu perhimpunan yang dirahmati dan perpisahan kami pula selepas ini sebagai perpisahan yang diberkati dan dilindungi. Dan janganlah Engkau jadikan kami pada diri kami dan mereka yang bersama kami kebinasaan. Dan janganlah singkirkan kami daripada memperoleh rahmat-Mu, Ya Allah, Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azaban nar. وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Terima kasih Ustaz atas bacaan doa itu tadi. Sidang hadirin sekalian, izinkan saya membacakan ringkasan profil tetamu istimewa kita pada petang ini. Berdiri teguh di belakang wawasan korporatnya, yang berbahagia Tan Sri Siti Saadiah dilantik menjadi Pro-Chancellor Universiti Teknologi Malaysia mulai 1 November 2016. Beliau merupakan pengarah bebas bukan eksekutif KPJ Healthcare Berhad KPJ, salah satu penyedia perkhidmatan kesihatan swasta yang terunggul di Malaysia. Tan Sri juga merupakan pengerusi Nationwide Express Holding Berhad selain Malaysian Society for Quality in Health MSQH sejak tahun 1997 sehingga kini. Selain merajui syarikat korporat, Tan Sri juga pernah dilantik sebagai ahli lembaga pengarah dan ahli jawatankuasa akademik beberapa institusi pengajian tinggi negara. Pada tahun 2010, Tan Sri menjadi wanita pertama dinobatkan sebagai CEO of the Year 2009 oleh New Straits Times Press dan American Express. Hadirin sekalian, seterusnya majlis berpersahati menjemput yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datin Paduka Siti Saadiah binti Sheikh Bahir untuk menyampaikan syarahan beliau iaitu Visionary, Strategic and Transformational Leadership. Dipersilakan yang berbahagia Tan Sri.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan selamat petang. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Wahid Umar, Vice Chancellor Universiti Teknologi Malaysia dan semua ahli lembaga pengurusan Universiti Teknologi Malaysia, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian. Bersyukur kita pada Allah kerana petang ini dapat kita bersama-sama untuk berkongsi pengalaman dalam sebuah leadership program atau leadership talk series yang memang dianjurkan oleh Universiti Teknologi Malaysia dari masa ke semasa. Dan my heartfelt congratulations to the organizer for continuously inviting some of these prominent speakers to be with you here to talk about issues on management and other relevant topics. And this platform, in my opinion, is excellent knowledge sharing, as well as for exchange of ideas and information, especially to not only students, lecturers, alumni, but it's good for entrepreneurs and those who are pursuing business. Today is my second lecture. Last night I had lectured at Henley Business School in Kuala Lumpur on a topic leadership, but focusing on integrity and the price of not owning it. Today, my topic is on visionary, strategic, and transformation. I will touch also on integrity. My topic will cover Malaysia in Transformation, Leadership Roles and Challenges, World in Transformation, Impact on University Leadership, as well as sharing experience. Normally, when I stand here, I will talk about Malaysia in Transformation slightly different. Before 9 of May, I will talk about TN50, what we are going to do. But, yeah, as you all are aware, after the election on 9th May, Malaysia is going through a very daring transformation, yeah, made possible by a very strong leadership, as well as the voices, yeah, of the people or the followers that wants to make it happen. So when you talk about leadership, there must be leader and follower. Without follower, there's no meaning to the word of leadership. And people or citizens of Malaysia voted for change. And change has happened. Although we see it as a very drastic, we hope for the best. So here I don't talk anymore about TN50. I don't know what will the Malaysia government roll out, yeah, for the next 20 years or so. But being any government in the world, they will always want to give the best to the citizen and to their population at large. So, ladies and gentlemen, because of this recent election, yeah, and this vote for change and what had happened to us, my opinion is Malaysia is ready for a two-party system. I'm not talking about politics here. Yeah? We are ready, we are matured, and there is the transition has created no violence. Yeah? And we should all be thankful, yeah, that it's all done smoothly, meaning the level of Malaysians' maturity is already there. Let us try after 60 years with the new government and look what will they do to all of us, yeah, as taxpayer, me, Datuk VC, and the rest of lembaga pengurusan. I don't know, some of you students, maybe you are not paying tax, but for those who are working, we are paying as taxpayer, we have the right to say. And looking at the current scenario, there's 3 areas, yeah, that expectation of leadership comes forward. And number 1 is leadership as leader perceived to be. What kind of leaders that we perceive to be? Nobody expect, yeah, a 92, 93-year-old person will be the Prime Minister again of Malaysia second time. We had Agong also second time, yeah. So second time now it looks like it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. And the maybe retirement age now, you know, Datuk, it may be recommended to 95. And KPI will go on until 95, yeah? So back to leadership, leaders that followers can be associated with, yeah? And more important, leadership that the followers anticipate. Yesterday, in my talk, there was also a panel discussion of how there was a wakil rakyat, an MP yang berhormat, who says that, yeah, the 60 years of, I don't know, she's so young, she's 29, but they had quite enough of what went on, yeah, in terms of what had happened. In my opinion, I think we have to always look at the balance. Look at to balance, yeah, what had happened. For 60 years, we have enjoyed. Malaysia is one of the country that has been advancing in its economic development, and among the country that many other countries are envy at, yeah. And that is also the result of commitment of the government towards the development of the country. But then nothing lasts forever. Yeah? If you don't do things right, and things do not proceed as expected, maybe it's time that we look for change. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, some of you may know a lot about leadership. To those that knows about it, let's what we call it is a refresher for you. Maybe for those of you that are new to leadership, take what I'm going to share with you as something, hopefully will be useful in your work as well as in your future development, career development. So leadership by definition, latest definition, leadership is about influencing and about inspiring people. Yeah? And leadership is not about you, it's about how you bring your people up to the higher and higher level, other than what Forbes says, is bringing the motivation and morality of both the leader and the follower to the higher level. Yeah? So a leader's success is not enough if their followers are not successful. And a few quotes that I can share. One is from Maxwell. Leadership is not about titles, position and flowcharts. It's about, as I said, influencing people. To be a leader, you must have the capability how to influence people, to accept your views. Maybe they may debate about your views, but ultimately they agree with you so that you can move on to change things. And the late Steve Jobs says, my job is not easy on people. And I fully agree in the sense here, assets, be it physical assets, capital, land, machinery, they don't talk back to you. It's people that create the possibility for all of us, for human being to grow, for human being to do research, for human being to do to innovate. And actually, I have always passed this. My point of disagreement in the accounting, in the accounting presentation, whereby there's nowhere people is being put as assets. It's always the liability that you carry with you, huge salary that you have to carry with you, costs. So, but if you talk about companies in the public listed company or even university, but more so for public listed companies, because the analyst will ask you, who do you have with you, the people that drive the organization? But since we cannot quantify the contribution of the people, it did not go into the financial statement, yeah? And that's very sad. Until today, we don't know. So I have challenged actually the University Utara Malaysia accounting school to look at how you can put people as asset and not only cost. So Steve Jobs also said, my job is to take great people or even not so great people and push them to greater heights. Yeah, that's the role of leader. And I want also to share with you the old times. Yeah, Art of War, Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu, when the Chinese goes into war. Yeah, they have this. Everybody, in my opinion, should read Art of War, because these are ancient Chinese leadership exemplary how to win. So the commander leader stands for virtues of what? Wisdom, sincerity, benevolence, courage, and strictness. And this combination weave into what we call an excellent leader. Yeah. So leadership is an old jargon, is an old terminology that has been there, sometimes may be put into not proper perspective. at Women Institute of Management, they have come up with some characteristic of leadership. Is the management capability, clarity, communication skill, and positive image. And honest, trustworthy ethics, and of course corporate governance. A good understanding of finance and fraud. When you manage an organization, you must understand, even though you're not an accountant, you're an engineer, you are a doctor, if you manage an organization, you must know finance. You should be able to read. That's why module finance for non-finance people, managers, are very important for everybody. And if you're not aware, fraud can come in easily in many ways. And other characteristic, we are talking about a balanced practitioner and debate and diplomacy, as well as knowledge of current affairs with international experience. Kita tak nak jadi jago kampung sajalah. We should be able to share views and influence people locally and internationally. I'm glad every time I go to London, there's always few university that waits that I lecture at their school or at their campus. And I see myself, leadership in an organization needs to be is apt to the topic, futuristic and visionary, meaning you can predict the future as if you are having a crystal ball. You can see when the crystal ball moves, what is the future. And transformation, risk taker and game changer. Positive and willingness to change. Banyak perkara-perkara yang dah lapuk yang kita perlu updatekan. The way we do things. People don't say anymore work hard. People will say work smart. Smart contains work hard as well as achieve everything. Don't waste time by working hard but your productivity level is low. And a leader must also be inspirational and strategic, meaning you can influence others and accept views and ideas of others. And what type of leader are you? I've been given the topic, must be transformational ke, strategic ke, or visionary. Let's look at these three categories. Some definition so that at least you understand. Visionary is inspiring and helps others to see how they can contribute to the shared vision. This is like the first, I said, somebody that can look forward, what technology going to be, what going to transpire. These are more of visionary. They may not be good at doing it, but they are good at looking far, far away, what future will be. And when you talk about strategic, there are leaders that are hands-on, that goes into the reality, what should be done for us to do the best for our organization. And thirdly, transformation. These are leaders that goes for change, change and change and change. And create change based on the shared visions and goal. And if I can give some example, not very specific, but because these leaders, first one is Steve Jobs. He is classified as visionary. But he has, of course, strategic and transformational because he says, let's dream big and set standard. So he looks at the future. Maybe the success of Apple because he sees the future. But whether who does the little fine-tuning work of Apple may not be done by him. And his strength is to revolutionize the industry subsequently. So he's actually part of transformational, part of strategic, but he sees more in vision. Second is a renowned strategic leader. You know the Amazon, Jeff Bezos. He says this: if you don't understand the details of your business, you're going to fail. Meaning, exactly what the details are. Not only the what, but the how to do it. Yeah? So that's strategic. Positioning yourself, positioning your company to be the best, or to create your company to be the leader, or and others may follow you. Yeah? So that's it. And third, transformational, you talk about Bill Gates, Sir Richard Branson, Mark Zuckerberg, and all. Good leaders consist of showing average people how to do. This is transforming the whole organization as much as possible. It's not enough that you are successful, but the grade of your people are not up to that level. I want to touch a bit more on transformational leader. These are the attributes of a transformational leader. Yeah, they idolize influence. Yeah, meaning behavior arouse positive emotion in followers. Yeah, and followers support him. Followed by inspirational motivation. Leaders higher moral values. Yeah, having higher moral values inspire followers. These are transformational leaders. Individualized consideration. Leaders provide coaching, guidance. These are called transformational leaders. And intellectual stimulation. Yeah? Motivate followers to explore more and more. Allow you to go beyond the limit that you have, which actually you realize there is no limit and there is no edge. I would also like to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, what leaders must not be. This is something I like much. Yeah? First of all, a leader must not be Maharajas. Yeah? Maharajas mean top-down, one-way communication, centralized command, and do what I say. That's all. Yeah? So don't be that. Secondly, you should not be a dinosaur. Dinosaur means top-heavy, bureaucratic, hierarchical, and too heavy at the top cause inertia at the bottom. That's always what Farrell says. Yeah, so it should not be dinosaur, and so should not be leader Superman. What happened to Superman? Solving all problem by himself, not concerned about who is going to be next. And he's not concerned about succession plan. He's not concerned about who will be helping him. He's concerned about himself. And you all will just be admirers, onlookers, yeah? And then you clap your hands that he has done something good, yeah? We don't want that kind of leader. Neither that we also want a boss that has mentality of master and servant relationship. That should not happen. And last but not least are Oscar winners. Yeah? You don't want leaders to be Oscar winners, prima donna, surrounded by yes men. Yeah? Yes men, you have to be very careful. Some of them say yes to you, but they also kick you downstairs. Yeah? So all these are not management. Yeah? Management theory that you should support. These are all negative. I love this. I developed this in my early times of managing. Actually, I learned this from the Americans, gurus. A leader is someone that is given the authority, responsibility, and accountability. Meaning there is this balance prism, a balance that you can do your work well. It's not enough if you have authority and you have responsibility and accountability, but your authority is not there. Yeah? It has to be balanced. Meaning, with available resources, you will lead your followers proactively, efficiently, and effectively to achieve the desired results of the organization and the goals of the organization. Yeah? So, leaders need balance, 3 core form of powers in running your organization. Next, let me move to another of my favorite guru, Warren Bennis. Yeah? This is what leaders must provide. This is what followers want. When leaders provide sense of purpose, followers want meaning and direction. When followers want trust, leaders must have this authentic relationship. Yeah? People believe in what you are doing. Bukan cakap tak serupa bikin. And when followers want hope and optimism, leaders must be strong. They must have endurance. They must have confidence that things will work out. Nobody expect, 9 May will change us all. And of course, followers want results. And leaders must be biased towards action, risk. Take the risk, and curiosity and courage. The other guru that I also like, this is very important for everybody when you talk about leadership. Leadership is divided into 12 dimensions of leadership, but it's divided into 3. 1, leading the organization. Secondly, leading others. And most important is leading self. You don't want a lethargic, weak leader to run an organization. Meaning, the most important in my opinion, other than having the 2, is the tenacity, your emotional intelligence, your life balance, and resilient to stress. Yeah? Kalau stress masuk hospital je, then there's something not right about the leader that you have chosen. Yeah? Saya tak tahulah, a few of our MPs or what, pingsan, ada yang mungkin tak dapat diselamatkan, or they had been sick, maybe, we don't know, because they were so fighting to win. Now they win. And I attended one function. One of the deputy minister in that what you call ministry said, we are very new. We don't really know how things should be done. Yeah, please, go along with us as we move on, because these are new. What we know for the last many years is to fight and fight and fight. We don't want this, we don't want this, we don't want this. Yeah. Now we are holding the government position, so now they have to know, how to have all this aspect of leadership in order to run their own ministry and the whole cabinet and the country at large. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move into intelligent leadership. Yeah? Intelligent leadership means we want our objective is, our goal is to improve our tactical competencies, our strategies that include critical thinking. You all will learn that in your school. Critical strategic thinking, talent and team development, well-communicated decision-making with a very important, combine it with the inner traits. Yeah? This is where we are lacking. Inner traits of possessing high values, characters, beliefs, high trust and integrity, to achieve leadership potential. So many schools teach competencies, but they don't teach character building. Yeah? So that's very important that we have to have both. And from intelligent leadership, we should move to wise leadership. You should know, kalau when we see Malay old film about the Sultanate, the Sultanate, Sultan, kalau Sultan tu cakap dengan Perdana Menteri dia selalu cakap, dia panggil Perdana Menteri tu memanda. Memanda apa? Memanda apa selalu dia address? Ya, dia Perdana Menteri lah, to our modern ni. Memanda yang bijaksana. That's it. Many of us pandai, tapi tidak ada bijaksana. Tidak ada wisdom. Yeah? This is something that we need to look at. Yeah? Wisdom, how to get wisdom, how to develop wisdom, how to mature so that you be wise in doing, in deciding, not rushing into what you think that is good for you or good for short term, but in the long term, it may be contradicting. Yeah? And when you want to elevate, as I said, when you talk about intelligence, it's linear, sequential, and teachable. But wisdom is non-linear. It's non-teachable and subjective. But not non-teachable, of course you have to lecture. This is why in university, everywhere in school, starting from the kindergarten, we must have this subject of character building. First of all, you must get it from home. You must get it from home. Yeah? But it must be taught. It's not enough if you are good, but your integrity is questionable. Yeah? So we should move to this wise leadership. And let's share what wise leadership means. Yeah? Wise leaders can judge goodness. Also, they know about moral purpose, values, and ethics. Wise leaders can grasp the essence and tell the people, yeah, and decide based on the essence. Wise leaders create shared context, meaning opportunity for everybody to get higher knowledge, better knowledge, and communicate the essence. Yeah, everybody knows. Some people so secretive. They don't share with their organization, with their team. Yeah? We share. Whatever that we have gone through quarter by quarter, we share. That's why now quite a lot. You enter into the website, you get a lot of updated information about the organization. And organization that do not put their latest information about, be it university, be it a company, are being left behind. We want to know what is the latest of that company. And wise leaders exercise political power, synthesize and combine everyone's knowledge so that we become great together. And foster practical wisdom in others. Yeah? You may not be totally wise in everything. Being a management may be expert. I don't know something about legal. I don't know something about corporate comm. So you gather it together and you become an organization of the giant. The other aspect, moving to great leadership. What differentiates between an ordinary leader to great leaders is the sacrifice. Yeah? Is the sacrifice that we are willing to do for others. Yeah? That when there is an opportunity, don't grasp that opportunity just for yourself. Think about what you can give to others, yeah? This opportunity. Yeah? So leaders who embody this virtue receive greatest respect and of course, common, what you call core of human capacity for moral life. And this sacrifice, sacrifice rests upon an ethics of altruism, meaning self-effacing, as well as life-renouncing. Yeah? So they have to have that, what you call, in theory of Maslow, self-actualization. Yeah? Everybody should know Maslow here. Yeah? The needs of human. So once you have to reach that level of self-actualization, your needs are met. So you must make sure that you meet the needs of others. Now I'm moving into integrity. Yeah? Great leaders hold firm to integrity, ladies and gentlemen. There are no moral shortcuts. And in the game of business or life, there are three kinds of people. The unsuccessful, the temporarily successful, or those who become and remain successful. These people are the ones that have high moral and integrity, which is very important. And during the war, by General Norman Schwarzkopf, he said, leadership is a combination of strategy and character. If you have to choose one, which one will you choose? Will you choose strategy? He recommends no, you choose character. Because character is more important than strategy. If your character fails, gone are the strategy. Yeah. And before I go to the next slide, can I ask somebody to tell me, how do you define integrity? Can somebody volunteer to define integrity, whether it comes close to what I have? Yes, please, Mr. Okay, thank you. Anybody else? We all talk about integrity, but what is it? Yes.
Doing the right thing even though nobody's looking.
Then you get the same thing like I put here. Yeah? Doing the right thing, clever girl. Not everybody is good, but the most important, doing the right thing even though no one is watching. Because why? Somebody is watching. Yeah? So remember, if you are asked to do the right thing, I have a story, very ancient story. A young boy who helped his grandfather in a farm in America was asked by the grandfather to put the seeds of corn into the rows of earth, yeah, so that you can put the seeds and the corn will grow. So the grandfather said, being a grandfather, senior citizen, I want to rest. So you are a young boy, young man, please do it, In this row, you have to put some seed as you move along. So he sees it, the grandfather left, and he sees it, and he saw the earth platform that he has to put the corn seed is quite huge for him. So what he did, he dug one hole and put the whole corn in. Yeah? And took the remains of some of the corn and spread it at the other. So when he came back again for holidays and the corn is ready for harvest, the grandfather took him to the plantation again. And what did they see? One spot, a huge corn tree came up, and the rest is nothing. So, although the grandfather has asked him to do the right thing, has he done? So he thought that no one is watching, but when the corn tree grows, the grandfather knows whether the grandson has done a job really that was trusted to him, and that caused a loss to the grandfather. Yeah? So that is a simple, very elementary example, but it's all about the same. You are asked to do the right thing and you don't do. You think nobody is watching. Yeah, I can do shortcut. There's no shortcut, my dear ladies and gentlemen. I always love these two gentlemen. Yeah, Warren Buffett said, if you recruit people, 3 things that you must look at. Yeah, 1 is integrity, 2 intelligence, and 3rd is energy. And if they don't have the first, the other 2 will kill you. So that's where the importance of integrity. Even if you have to manage alumni fund or society's fund, it looks small, but do it well. And Henry Kervas, he is an entrepreneur. He said, if you don't have integrity, you have nothing. You can't buy it. You can have all the money in the world, but if you are not a moral and ethical person, you really have nothing. See? You may have a lot of money, but you have nothing if you don't have the moral and ethics. This wisdom on integrity goes back long way. Mahatma Gandhi says what? 7 things that will destroy us. Wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, knowledge without character, religion without sacrifice, politics without principle, science without humanity, and business without ethics. And Mahatma Gandhi further says, in this world, there are enough resources for the human needs. But these resources will not be enough for human greed. If you are greedy, it will not be enough. Yeah? I'm moving now to leadership development. We need to look at what leadership development should be, yeah? In any organization, especially in our country. Organizations are being flattened now. There's not so many levels, yeah? Leader must focus on inspiring, empowering, and mobilizing. Get things done. If you don't have your output, you don't have your deliverables, it means you have nothing. You have not done anything. And definitely there's scarcity of leaders in the pipeline because you can have leaders, but to have seasoned leaders, leaders that understand really management is not easy to come by. And leadership, we all need really, yeah? Science is important. Engineering is important, medicine is important, but integrating that into leadership, yeah, is very, very important. You don't want a doctor robot or a robot. You don't want an engineer robot, yeah? You want engineer with a heart, you want doctor with a heart, or you want anything, any career with a heart and understand about other people around you. So when you design leadership program, leadership development, which now many organizations are confused, yeah? The mistake leader, character building is not there. Too much competency skill are being emphasized. Too much skill development, how to do this thing, you have this, but building character are not there. Maybe underestimate importance of creative thinking. Many things, the what called the software part of what we need to know are lacking. Yeah, so we need to revisit our training program, people's development program, yeah, in order to get the best of people. And this can easily be seen here. Yeah, what is expected, what is available. We need people to be leadership skill with intelligent behaviors and all those. But what is available, yeah, the way we teach is still old-fashioned and focused only on skill development. So there's the gap there. So school, if it is happening here in UTM, we really need to look at the program, the all-comprehensive program of developing human. And as I said, it should go, character building should go from kindergarten, from home, kindergarten, up to the level. Sometimes at university it's a bit too late. You already carry along some bad habits, bad practices, yeah? So it must be done early. Maybe interviews should be done differently. No need only to focus how many A's you got, yeah? But how do you handle relationship? When are you always angry? What made you angry? Or how do you handle with a kind of problem? You know, if you get A and A's by memorizing, well, you get it, you know it, yeah? But it's not enough. So perhaps this way of bringing people a comprehensive background is very important. We need to see in terms of this people's development at university. And at university, I think it is also very important, never too late for us to change, especially when you bring in new students, new recruits into the organization. I'm moving now, ladies and gentlemen, a world in transformation. Yeah, as much as we are busy in doing all this, the world is changing. Yeah, goods, capital, labor, all travel. Yeah, technology change. Yeah, all this we must be open and ready. Level of readiness in all of us. Yeah, must be there. New knowledge, and Asia will be the hub of technology. Yeah, we are very glad that we are in Asia, because a lot of change will be in Asia. Europe is already too old. America, we don't know what is happening. Yeah, so Asia is an interesting place to live. And as I said again, I'm repeating about the same thing. Yeah, this technology disruption. Actually, we need to encourage disruption into our organization. We should be getting people who said, no, we should not be doing this same thing again and again. Yeah? We should change. There may be different ways of doing things. I would like to see that, in your palms, you control everything in your palms. Your customer, your follower, get it in your palms, your phone, your smartphone. But a lot of us use smartphone for wrong purposes, not for technology ni sibuk ni, social media, and doing all the wrong things. Yeah? So if you have Tan Sri Rafida here, she will tell you right away, technology that you only focus on social media is something that will bring you to the drain. Yeah? So balance it. We spend so much time talking, chit-chatting, that is non-productive. And somehow we have this culture now. Yeah? The minute it click in, we have to answer. For what? So there has to be some kind of standards, how we can use. Unless you are someone that works because of the phone. You give instruction via the phone. That's your work. Do this. You are a problem solver of that organization. Otherwise, I don't see it all the times. And I thought we need to look at that, yeah? Because quite a lot, I can say, 3/4 that comes into some of us are rubbish. Yeah? So we have to be very careful about the social media. And I've always shared this, the mega trends, global, the 10 mega trends that is coming into especially Asia, about from political trade protection, financial integration, many things. Shift of emerging economy into Asia, middle class rise, demographic aging society. How are you going to handle with aging society, robotic, yeah? How are we going to be served by the robots? And cyber security, climate change, and also we are all competing for resources. Yeah? These are about world transformation. Now let me move to impact of transformation on university leadership. To me, university education has to be and has to play a continuous role globally. University will be here, it will remain here, and is important. We should not see it just as what we call Menara Gading, pinnacle apa tu the top pinnacle, yeah, top pinnacle. Yeah? We should see is ability of us to be around and to share our knowledge with the rest. And some of us, after we left the university, we forget the university. I am with Datuk VC all the time that alumni play a big role in developing the continuous development of a university. Some of us, after we have got our job, we forget about our university. This is like a Chinese proverb that says, when you drink water, you must not forget the source. Yeah? You get your education, you get the benefit, but after that people forget. Yeah? So this is important for us to go back to our own university. So it has to be a great institution in modern times. Yeah? Experience for individual. It is not only about learning, but it's going for experience. And when you talk about services, it's all about experience. Service in the restaurant, service in a hospital, service at the university. You see, who are the customers of the university? Students, parents, stakeholders. These are customers sometimes we forget. We put the parent last. Yeah? We don't care. They see their children, they come to you at graduation. Sometimes we may not be handling them well. So actually they are your customer. They are your number one customer. And of course other stakeholders that we need to look at. And universities must have curriculum that stays relevant. Some statistics that I have about university. Yeah? Half of university students are in Asia. ASEAN alone has how many million population? Can somebody tell me? ASEAN. Anybody? I put 5 ringgit. Huh? Oh. Okay. ASEAN. ASEAN. Angkat tangan lah. Siapa? Dah tengok tu. ASEAN has 600 million people. 600 million. That's ASEAN. Yeah? So your market is actually 600 million. When you have anything in Malaysia or somebody has something in Indonesia, we are talking about market of 600 million. That's where we are close. Yeah? And 91 million of the total 165 million university students worldwide are in Asia, yeah, half. 4 million students study abroad. More than 65,000 are Malaysian. And increase in percentage, of course, is global. They can do it by going there, or they can be distant learning, because we think that they provide better education, which in my opinion may not. That's why we have a lot of international students that not part of Asia that come to Asia, because now Asia is the what you call the change agent. The Asia is everywhere that makes it happen. And we all work very hard to continue our ranking. Yeah. This is the ranking. We talk about Asian university, but the latest one on the world also, yeah, Datuk VC, yeah, we have our local university that come into the 100 university. You talk about ASEAN. 6 of the 10 universities comes from Malaysia. Yeah, so we are positioned very well in terms of ranking. We hope the current government will also facilitate ranking so that more international communities will come to Asia, especially Malaysia, to get their studies. And then, impact on university leadership. So, we need also to look at what has gone in terms of traditional teaching, yeah? So, the traditional teaching may not work so much anymore. So you have heard, I've not heard from the current minister about the fourth industrial revolution, but in my opinion, this is very important. Yeah, things will change definitely. Yeah, we have gone into first industrial revolution, the second, the third, and the fourth intelligent age. Yeah, so it's characterized by blurring the real world with the technology world. When you go for interview, now if you are looking for a TNC, you are looking for VCs, they are looking at what do you have with regard to technology. What disruptive method are you going to throw into the university? Everything about technology, because old method is not going to stay. Yeah? It will be data explosion. It will be unprecedented processing power. It will be unlimited access to knowledge. And user buyer increasingly being empowered. Yeah? They know better sometimes than us. So we have to be ready in terms of impact of our university. So, what university needs to do? For the future, university should go on to collaborate. Collaborate, good engagement with local others, yeah? We have to do that, share knowledge, and ensure culture of engagement. I have some points here about organization leadership, articulate, lead, all those aspects of culture of engagement. Nothing, the word is collaboration, the word is doing it together. People are talking about merger and acquisition. Maybe 20 public universities become 10 universities. Why do we need 20 public universities? I don't think we may need, yeah, other than political reason. So you can have university technology, one in Pahang, one in Sabah. That's university technology. Why you must have, all. To me, there should be some restructuring that needs to take place in many of Malaysian organizations. Datuk, you can debate that with me. Yeah? Personnel management, financial management, stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders that allow you to be here? Yeah? And of course, connective leadership, learning. And we must have sustainable practice. Make sure that we also think like business. Running a university is like running a business. Although it is a non-profit organization, but you always have to have actually a surplus. And that's not easy. All NGO, semua cakap non-profit organization, but actually they make money. The money is plowed back for further development. And currently, every university are limited by resources. So maybe we need to think how to do things differently. And most important is teamwork. Yeah? It's supported by effective leadership, how we embrace culture of collaborative opinion. Yeah? So many professors work in silos. Some professors work exactly like the specialist doctor. They work very individualistic. Should be gone are those days, yeah? We should work together to get the best for the organization. Yeah? No more are the, what is mine, what is yours is yours. Yeah? We should have what is ours. Yeah? Ours. Because the competition is out there to outbeat us anytime. And further teamwork, yeah? Work with people that we can trust and many others, yeah? So I always tell everybody that Malaysia's success is because of our diversity. If not because of that diversity, we will not achieve what we have achieved today. So respect diversity, eradicate polarization, and be as one, as Malaysian. And I've said a lot about integrity. So for impact on university leadership, nothing can beat integrity. I want to move on to sharing experience when I was in KPJ. So I had worked with two great leaders. Yeah. The minute I entered the organization in 1974, the first gentleman embedded into me, my brain, psycho me, or whatever that he has done to me, he said, high integrity and never be complacent. And that's why I am talking about it all the times. Yeah? So that's it. Do it. Whatever that you want to do, key message is that. And came the second CEO also, did nothing. But integrity, unity, entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah? Tak boleh jadi orang gomen je lah. Gomen means duit ada, kita buat. Yeah? You see, I am so used because I work in not totally private sector, but in a statutory body, I cannot spend unless I know what revenue is coming. So I must think of how to get money before I can spend. You all are very fortunate. Of course, you have to find how to get money, but some allocation is also given. We have to have a scenario whereby when allocation are not given, how are we going to do it? Private university, they rely solely on the funds from the student. Yeah, it's not easy. KPJ has its own private college in healthcare. To have a positive bottom line is not easy. Yeah? So that is something that we have to have. Even you are in the government sector, have this entrepreneurial spirit, entrepreneurial mind. And seize, of course, opportunities all the times. Yeah? Apa kita boleh buat. Sky is the limit. And that allowed the company to grow from zero base in 79, open in 81. It grows into a business. It was not even determined as a business many years ago. It was just a hospital. But now become a healthcare business, and we changed the landscape. We changed the landscape of healthcare in Malaysia. Yeah? We enter into the development stage, strengthening the business stage, integration and consolidation, and now we are still in the transformation stage. Transformation means look at what you have. Change that things that are outdated, not relevant, things that you don't need. Move on to do something that is more contemporary and relevant. Yeah? And we target. When I was the managing director, after running it for a while, we target when can we be a 1 billion ringgit company. Yeah? So, Alhamdulillah, 2007, after running it for about 20 years, it was long to reach to achieve 1 billion revenue and then to reach 100 million profit. We achieve it, and when you have that foundation, it's easier for the other billion to come in, the other hundreds and hundreds of million to come in. One, you have that platform, that foundation. And of course, this was all done because there's no conflict of interest. COI were not there. There's nothing. What is in for me, there's nothing. What you are paid is what you are paid. So until I left at 2012, the company has a market cap of 3 billion and a revenue of 2 billion. And then the current managing director continue to achieve until what it is today. Yeah? It's still growing. There's capabilities and capacity to grow locally and internationally. And I believe also, ladies and gentlemen, my key principle, I always tell this, building a reputation takes years, but it can take seconds to lose it, yeah? And never be tempted to do anything that could damage our reputation as a service provider, trusted provider, the university. We don't want, us to leave. I'm glad I leave the organization without turmoil. there's no storm in the cup. Yeah. So I'm glad, I'm thankful that I have handed over the baton in a manner that is expected. And I always take my late father's word. He said, Siti, if 5 cents is not yours, don't take it. But if 5 cents is yours, claim it. Yeah. So with that, we must make sure that our reputation is always being contained. I also believe in, this is my own leadership, I call it 5 C's principle. What we have to be a leader. That's something that I'm sharing with you. We have to have capabilities that require you, leadership capabilities, confidence, embrace innovation and improvisation, and enhance talent skill. And you need to have commitment, focus on goal, conviction even when challenged or when it's risky, passionate, and be a catalyst. Catalyst means, anybody knows about catalyst, or it's written there, pave the way for others, yeah? And continuous learning, this is a good institution. We need to make sure we all acquire knowledge. Don't think once you are graduated, you know everything about the world, yeah? It's not enough. Learning every day is an everyday matters, yeah? Everyday affairs. And enrich pool talent. Be an organization of the giant. Don't be the organization of a dwarf. And for everybody, sky is the limit. For ladies, no glass ceiling, yeah? Or half glass in the water, or what you see, all sort of wrong things. Eh? Don't be influenced by the wrong things. Be creativity. I embrace this. I like to look at beyond crystal ball. And revitalize brands. Yeah, siapa? I met, tadi siapa tu with me? We talk about brands, yeah? Yes, yeah. You should be talking about revitalizing brand. What is revitalizing brands, yeah? Brands, logo, kadang-kadang kita dah simpan 40 tahun. So it may be good at one time, but we need to look at it for the future. And rejuvenate all the time. And be young at heart. And coordination, healthy balance, physical, emotional, spiritual. Yeah, you need to, and enhance intellectuality. People first. You have to have team players. You have to have friends. You have to have family that loves you. You have to have friends that wants to climb Mount Kinabalu or the Everest. Do whatever that is good for you and your friends. Yeah, because you only pass the journey once. Sometimes you never come back to repeat that journey again. So wise time management for your needs, for spiritual needs, for business needs, for recreation, and also, I like this comes from my boss. Why kill 5 birds with 1 stone? Master the art of juggling. Yeah, the mother, the grandmother, the wife, the teacher, the entrepreneur, you have to be. You have to juggle it. Don't complain. Yeah? There's no point in complaining. That I wish there are 30 hours a day. We don't have that. Yeah? So work with that 24 hours the best for us, physically, emotionally, as well as spiritually. And ladies and gentlemen, last 2 slides before I end, key takeaways for all of you. Control your destiny. Don't leave it to chance. Control your destiny or someone else will. Yeah? Don't just let people do it. Rock the boat. Question the norm. Expand skill range. Create value for your organization and yourself. Understand strategic business finance. Simple one, for your home, you need to know about financing. Build an exceptional team. Adapt new situation creatively, critically, and work in an environment under entrepreneurial situation. I end it with none other than our own current Prime Minister. Yeah, he talks again about leadership. At that age, yeah, he still says, to be a great leader, one needs to have good strategies, be knowledgeable, be sincere, and be able to have the crystal ball. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih yang berbahagia Tan Sri untuk kupasan dan pembatangan yang sangat menarik berkaitan isu kepimpinan terkini. Seterusnya hadirin sekalian, majlis membuka sesi soal jawab dan dipersilakan jika ada sebarang soalan maupun pencerahan yang ingin dimajukan kepada yang berbahagia Tan Sri.
Thanks, Datuk, for giving me the hour. Any questions?
Saya ada satu.
Saya tadi siapa? Okey.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Tan Sri. Saya Hadi Bunyamin daripada Fakulti Sains Sosial dan Kemanusiaan. Baru habis belajar tahun lepas, setahun untuk buat PhD. Saya ada soalan, bila mana saya masuk bekerja, saya melihat ada satu tendensi bahawa saya kerap kali terganggu dengan pelbagai mesej yang masuk dalam WhatsApp group berkaitan dengan kerja, selepas waktu kerja dan sebagainya. Dan adanya tendensi bahawa beberapa orang yang saya namakan sebagai leaders bekerja secara micromanagement. Okay. Pada pendapat Tan Sri, to what extent seorang leader harus bermain dengan tahap micromanagement? Ini satu panduan yang mungkin berguna untuk saya dan rakan-rakan, dan khususnya bagi leader, bahawa mereka harus letakkan limit kepada micromanagement ini. Sekian, Tan Sri.
Thank you. I think it's a good question. Micromanagement, it depends on which level you are. Yeah. The philosophy of managing is to know what is what, to know that what is where, to know what is when. Sometimes the how are not given. The how is when you are asked to do and you come forward with creativity ideas. But that can only happen in a matured organization. One understand its surrounding, the people understand that, creativity is taken in. But some people, especially sometimes Malaysian, are spoon-fed. Dia perlu diberi a lot of, bukan dedak lah ya, diberi what you call sharing on how to do it. But if this is where you are being managed, if you can do it on yourself, on your own, and you should be able to deliver, it's good. But the problem is you don't do as what is expected. And that's where micromanagement comes in. There is an advantage of micromanagement. There are disadvantages. You cannot take it totally as no good. Because some people need hand holding. And some people don't need hands holding. Kadang-kadang yang tak need hands holding ni kesian. Mereka kerja lagi banyak. Banyak dan banyak kerana they are good. But some people you have to micromanage because dia tak dengar. Dia tak buat apa yang is expected. Yeah? So you have to see it. What are you? What leadership role are you? Where are you? Yeah? So you think you are at PhD level, you have done well. At PhD, I'm not trying to intimidate or what. Yeah? PhD is like my specialist doctor. There is someone that knows a lot about a small matter. It's like my doctor. Someone that knows a lot in depth about only urology or only orthopedic. You ask an orthopedic to be a general surgeon? Tak boleh. So, once you reach that level, it's not that you know everything under the sun. And most important is your attitude, your character tadi. Kita ni someone yang boleh ditegur ke tidak. Yeah? So that is you with your superior and you with even the people that you supervise. First of all, have a positive attitude. Some lecturer, tutor, my lecturer dulu kasih I C saja. Why should I give my student C, my student B? Gone are the days of that mentality, sempit, very limited. We must be fair. We must look at things current. So to me, that's it. Yeah. So I hope that answer your question. Yeah. Do I? Ke tak puas hati? Okay, we have her to ask question.
All right, Assalamualaikum Tan Sri. It was a very interesting talk. Sharifah Hafizah daripada Fakulti Kejuruteraan. I had few readings on emotional intelligence, and I found out that many good leaders have very high emotional intelligence. And to me, emotional intelligence to be nurtured, it can be done, but it depends on, as you said, the character of the person and the learning curve of the character. It will, shows when that emotional intelligence that we can reach for a good leadership. Another thing, my curiosity is when you talk about integrity. Can we nurture integrity?
Character building, which includes trust, integrity, is maybe, I don't know what the doctor say. Researcher may say your genes give you only how many percent. The genes that you got from your father and your mother only give you very small percentage with whatever characters you have and whatever capability that you have. It is true learning. It is true observation. It is true, But if you want to learn integrity at 70, it's very difficult. You have already set mind. Yeah? All things can be acquired, in this world, in my opinion. What you cannot buy, what you cannot get, what you cannot acquire is mother and father. That's it. The rest all, you can build it, you can teach it. My children, when they were small, because my father used to do it for us. When we were in kindergarten, my father every day will check our bags to see whether we have things that belong to others. My father will check that. Why you have this pen or this pencil? Who gave it to you? Is it your birthday? Is it your what? From that moment, I do that the same thing with my children. I check their bags. I didn't buy for you this pencil. So you have to start it from small. And the other thing, when my children goes to sekolah, I put in a bowl the coins. Saya pun tak tahu berapa saya letak. If their entitlement is RM1, they should pick RM1. I don't know if they pick more. Actually, honestly, I don't know. But they tell me, Ma, today RM1 is not enough. I need a bit more for what? They tell you. If they take, I pun tak tahu. So you have to allow level of trust. I am someone that I never check my husband's purse. And neither him will check my purse. Or he doesn't see my phone and I don't see his phone. I don't do that. I don't know. That's how I am. The respect of each other, even in the family. I never open anybody's letter. I don't. If it's addressed to my husband, my son, let them open. So you have to build that. With these little things, then you understand what integrity is about. Doing ini kenapa you nak check your husband punya phone? Kenapa you nak ini? Kenapa nak busybody? And vice versa lah. Vice versa. So that's trust. I mean, a lot of things can happen. But if you don't have that little trust for each other, relationship can go down the drain. That's how I see it. That's why I said anything can be learned, can develop. Yeah? So, jangan takut lah. As long as you know somebody is guiding you up there, syukur alhamdulillah. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We want to commend you for your presentations. We have benefited a lot from it. I hope you can hear me. Hello. Okay. We are grateful for your presentations.
Thank you.
We have actually benefited a lot from it. Thank you so much. Looking at the title of your presentation, I want to pick the transformational leadership aspect. Then, the aspect that has to do with university education and character building.
Yeah.
We thank Malaysia for the kind of environment you are having. It has been peaceful all over.
Yeah.
In some other country, it is not like that.
Yeah.
Here you have people of different religion,
Right.
people of different ethnic background. It existed like that in some other country, but instead of the kind of peace we are witnessing in Malaysia, it is suspicion, distrust that is happening there, and there is killing. So when, for instance, a Malay is in government, the Chinese, for instance, in such country, we want the downfall of that government. If Chinese is in government, the India, we want the downfall of that government.
Yeah.
Because of lack of cohesion,
Right.
cooperation. Now, the people in government mostly are the elites. People that have went through university education, and we could not see that sense of nationalism, community, cohesion, and things like that. How do you think university education
Okay. All
can
right.
come in to
Yeah.
build the community out of that problem?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. That's a very good question. Long question. I'll try to answer. You see, human is a very, sometimes what we call strange creature. Yeah, human. Sometimes we are like the Malaysian, yeah, the Malaysian. We should always be thankful that we are all, for those Malaysian, you are born here. Here is a peaceful, although there's ripple in the cup of water, yeah? There's ripple in the cup water. Human is like that. It starts from the evolution of man. There's already the fight between Adam's children and what there's fight, yeah? From that evolution of man, you cannot. When God gives you the good aspect of traits, yeah? There's also come the not so good. It's part of human. In Malaysia, we talk about ethnic, maybe distrust, yeah? But you look at Ireland, one country, all mak saleh. But why they still fight? Over religion. You look at India, Tamil and Sinhalese are what? Yeah? Or Ceylon. They fight. You look at everywhere, one ethnic also fight. So in Malaysia, actually we don't really fight. But, you know, there's maybe some sense of not so happy, not so receptive to some policies that, you know, feel being left out or what. But there's also what you call constitution, like Malaysia. There's constitution there that we all have to respect. So government of the day, I respect Germany, which, you know, the popularity of the they don't call president. Apa dia panggil the lady? Chancellor. Yeah. How she respect the immigrants versus some other parts of the world. Because of the very aged population in Germany. They feel there can be a lot of contribution from the immigrants. And for a country that has minorities, the government of the day has to look into the benefits and the what of the minorities. It's not that you do something just for the majority. You have to take all under you. I am the one that feel, for example, the foreign workers in Malaysia. We have to do something about them. If we allow them to be here, they have to be given a level that they can stay so that they can also take Malaysia as a decent home that they can live. We don't want a dirty immigrants that work in a restaurant and then serve us or bring the diseases that was eradicated before. So that's why you have to look at, once you receive foreign workers, you receive immigrants, you have to accept. Not that I want to bring 1.5 million immigrants, but you don't handle them properly. And here they work in the mama shop and without baju, and then they offer you me mama, and then you have some stomach problem. Yeah? So this, to me, is not, we are not fair, we are not balancing what a decent human being needs. Yeah? We need to look at all this. But you must also eradicate people who are just exploiting. Yeah? Try to make money from someone for themselves and then take these people more than slave or just purely laborers. So we have to handle all this well in any country. And in Malaysia, because of this ethnic, I think in the heart of heart, the unhappiness may be there. But this is where we can eradicate it from the small, when they were small in the school. Yeah? My grandchildren lives overseas. They were treated, they were non-citizen. They were citizen, born and given citizen. But they were of different ethnics. But they were taken well. Yeah? So you don't feel that you are substandard or you are given second level citizen or what, even if you're not citizen. Yeah? Because you have a place here. And if a country needs foreign workers, which Malaysia need, we have to do something about it. We have to create some kind of basic that is needed for all human. But there are a lot of people, maybe politicians too, who are exploiting. Who, when we heard before, let's say the former, we can say it now. If you don't vote for UMNO or Warisan, gone will be the Malays, gone will be, maybe it may not happen. If we know our rights, if we know justice, all this can be debatable. Constitution remain there unless we totally change it. Of course, the government in power can always change depending on the majority. And I want to conclude by saying human characters are like that. There's always not enough. It's your needs and versus your greed. Yeah? Which one you want to balance? And that is where even our all religion says, do good for others. Do goods for others. Give whatever that you can to others. Help others. We have to create Malaysia ni macam society, jangan meminta-minta. We are always being pampered. You know, if you go, I went to Palestine this year for even to pray. The younger boys of Palestinian has a hard time. They were bullied. They were being made so many. They are all the times at rifle point. Can you imagine? So for us here, we should be thankful that it is a peaceful country. Don't destroy it. Try to balance, yeah? Be nice to your neighbor. We forget. We want to perform all the good ritual, but we don't know who's our neighbor. We don't know that our neighbor is ill. We don't know. We never want even to send a packet of McDonald's to our neighbor. When we bring in McDonald's, maybe our neighbor's son look at it. Yeah, you don't know. So, and that is where, irrespective of ethnics, you spread kindness. The Ministry of Education minister now said, kasih sayang, love, and happiness, kebahagiaan. I hope he has the formula to do it from small, so that when we reach a certain level at the university, the love and kindness and happiness is in with us. That's what I can say.
Tan Sri, saya sampaikan satu soalan dari UTM Kuala Lumpur. Soalan dari Dr. Nurhaiti Abdullah. Salam Tan Sri, what was your biggest challenge throughout your leadership tenure, and how did you manage the challenge? Does it involve people? Did you have to make tough decisions about it?
Thank you, Prophet, Doctor. Of course, everybody will face challenges. Yeah, I don't go through that much, but not only when I was working until today. If I think comes times that you have to sack people, you have to sack people. If you need to, yeah. If you don't sack somebody who don't deliver after repeated warnings, repeated advice, you are not doing good to yourself and your organization. Yeah? If you have to. Yeah? It may be cruel, but it's better to take the pain now than the whole organization fumble. Yeah? So that's how I see it. To me, working with people is very interesting. You see, what your followers want is for you to share with them the good and the not so good. Some leaders, when the boss tells them good things, they forgot to share with their people. But when the boss scolded them, they scolded back the people under them. Yeah? So you don't balance. So we need to be fair, balanced, share everything. Good news, not so good news. So that's how you should manage people. Sometimes your subordinate don't need much from you. They need, I always said, my doctors, my specialist doctors, their need number one is not for you to follow what they say. It's just the listening ear. At least listen. Communication means talk and listen. Everybody talk, nobody listen, no point. Yeah? Talking, nobody listen. The graceful part of communication, the more worthy part is listening. Some people, they come in, they listen, then they walk out. Our own Prime Minister sometimes don't answer that much. Listen. Then you strategize what to do. Ini kita marah, pantas nak cakap balik. So I learned from the grill and the mill. My two bosses are very strict. But I told my staff all, you don't even get 15% what my bosses give me. Never mind, I took it because those were the era. The not so modern at that time. Now is digital era. People don't accept anymore. So you have to handle them differently. But if you need to say it out. But with understanding, compassion, And it's for improvement. Improvement. Make sure it stick to the head. Those you are supervising. That's my question. That's my answer. Senior citizen kan cakap kadang terlepas, terlupa. Any other questions? Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. My name is Aliyu from Nigeria.
Nigeria. Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you very much, Tansri, for that very rich and highly educative presentation. It's always good to hear from people like you. And I also want to congratulate you for a peaceful disengagement from KPJ. The slide that shows the figures, 1.11 billion, shows that yes, there were no turmoils, alhamdulillah. And I want to thank the Vice Chancellor and the organizers for bringing you. From your presentation, I can see the energy. I mean, you are not tired, and I don't think you are going to retire soon. After all, you have set a standard or suggested that 95 should be, yeah. So please, the organizers should continue to bring you and people like you so that the youngsters can benefit. And may Allah continue to enrich you and strengthen you.
Thank you. Alhamdulillah, Ameen.
Organizations, you have an organization and with a very clear plan, clear vision and mission, clear strategy. And you tried as much as possible to ensure shared vision. But then in the end, by the end of a financial year, or operations year, you look at your books and look at your results, the results doesn't, or rather is not commensurate with the energy or the investment through that period. One would always think that perhaps there is a problem or maybe a lacuna or gap when it comes to communicating the core values of that organization. Tansri, what would you suggest to us when it comes to, what is the best way to really communicate the core values of that organization? Because in some cases you see that the drivers or the management is working so hard to deliver, but then those working at the lower level are not actually in tandem with what those at the top are doing. And for sure, if such is happening, the result will not always be as expected. So what is that best way to really communicate the core values of that organization so that you have all on the same page and then you achieve your goals?
Thank you so much. That's also a long question. I try to answer. First of all, let me talk about, you see, in Malaysia, not many preacher tells you about, they talk about, when they preach, they talk about haram, they talk about halal, they talk about cannot, all this cannot. Not many can. And I seldom listen from preachers, especially Muslim preachers, how to enhance productivity. How to enhance productivity during fasting time. All these challenges that we go through. Everything, all this, the way we learn. The good deeds are not being done. And when talk about productivity, you said the people at the top are working hard at the lower level. First of all, you must remember, everybody, if you are paid 1,000 ringgit, you must minimum give 1,000 ringgit in output. If you give 800 ringgit, 200 ringgit is haram. I say that because that doesn't equate to what you are supposed to give. You don't want to earn haram money. But some people don't see that. They see what I want, what my privilege, what my entitlement, but in terms of productivity, they don't care. Those people have to go for refresher. You have to re-educate them, to tell them, And I give you one example. Some people go for so much their own spiritual needs, they go for Solat Doha. Solat Doha is a sunnah. Sunnah, right? You take 10 minutes to do Solat Doha. I ask them, do you pay back the 10 minutes? Am I the boss? I demand that. That's the company or university's time. I demand that. Allah don't ask you to do all that sunnah, your work, and you cheat in your producing your productivity. You can't. That's cheating and taking company's time or university's time. So you have to be very strict in some of this. It has to be company's policy. Lunchtime is 1 to 2. Enough time for prayer. 1 to 2, chit-chat, and lunch. 2 o'clock only go for prayer. After that, you pay back the 10 minutes back that you have taken from the company's time. One day, I was at somewhere. I had a meeting, and I did my Zohor prayer late, the tail end. I finished my Zohor, and then when I turned around, I saw so many ladies. Of course, the men will not be there. Female surau. And I asked them, what are you all doing here? Oh, we are waiting for Asar. And they are in uniform, waiting for Asar. Did Allah ask you to do that? Asar has not come. I know it's coming because I am at the tail end of Zohor. And I know I don't do well, but I try my level best. Yeah? So, is that right? Is that your right, your privilege, your entitlement for being unfair to your organization for spiritual needs? The way we learn is wrong. You go to Makkah, you want to get 100 marks, you want to pray at Rauda, but you jump on people, jump on Quran, you jump. You reach in front, you get -10. You cannot even get 5%. So all these people don't see the human behavior. If everybody practice all this, all the evils will not be there. That's what God said. We also said the good come from Allah. The evils come from us. It is us that create the evil. I am an advocate of doing things right. You don't follow, I'll talk to you. Cannot take company's time. Don't take things for granted. So at the middle level and lower level, they have to do the same thing. You know, in one of our hospital, when somebody died, the van for taking the body is already there because there's connection. Somebody that called the what you call this the van, the van that carries the bodies will get commission. And I told them that's wrong. So what we do, I was trained in the organization every year. When our performance is good, we tell those people who are involved. When our performance is not good, we also tell everybody and get inputs. How can we do better? Or the people at the shop floor knows how to improve. Sometimes they don't want to do that out of I do not know what reason. But this is the thing, the basic, they don't learn. They always think, what is in there for me? My right, my this, my what. But they have done sometimes quite a lot of wrong things in the organization. So it is the duty of the top people to continuously talk, passionately talk to these people to bring them back to the correct route. Tell them the correct route that you will be you will be rewarded. Yeah, you don't want to talk only about money remuneration. You want to talk also, because if we believe in day after, you want also to talk about that. Actually, all religion talks about way of life, the way we do things. Allah said, He can pardon us. But if we among human don't pardon each other, maybe our road to heaven is restricted. We don't know. So that's it. It is how we behave in this world that determine whether, yeah. So if you think you can have all the spiritual things, to do for yourself, is good enough, it's not good enough. If there is a rich man's house surrounded by poor men, and he doesn't help the poor man, it's not good enough either. The poor man will curse him. So a balanced society is what is needed. A balanced world. We must not be controlled by the capitalists. We must have a more fairer world. Yeah, the haves must take care of the have-not. That's my comment.
Terima kasih Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri atas jawapan yang sangat superb untuk soalan terakhir tadi. Seterusnya, hadirin sekalian, sebagai tanda penghargaan dari UTM, majlis dengan berbesar hati mempersilakan Yang Berbahagia Datuk Naib Chancellor untuk menyampaikan cenderamata kepada Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri. Dipersilakan ke pentas.